Hi, this is Scott the Peaceful Shaver of mywifeandishaving.com, along with my beautiful wife Lynn. I'm not sure if she's going to be in this video or not. So I haven't made any videos in a while. I've been on a bit of a hiatus. I've been really busy at work. I'm a mailman, and we've been on prime time during the summer when a lot of guys take their vacation. So I've been working a lot of overtime. Plus we just moved into a new house. So I've been really busy at work and at home, so I haven't really had time to even shave. As you can see, I've got a full week's growth, and I felt like making a shaving video today. And it's going to be a sort of a tribute to Chris Bailey, who used to go by the moniker of the Shaving Evangelist, and now he goes by iLather.com. These are a couple of items that I received previously from Chris Bailey. This is an Omega Boar brush that I got from Chris, made in Italy, and also from Italy the Fatip Testina Gentile, which the Fatip's F-A-T-I-P razors are known for being fairly aggressive. They're grande and they're piccolo, were their first in their line, which are pretty aggressive razors, and this is their mild offering, the Gentile, which is a very beautiful razor that I'm filming on my iPad, so everything's kind of reversed here, so I'm a little confused. And this is the first time I've used this setup for filming one of my shaves. So it's a very beautiful razor. It shaves nice. The only thing I've noticed about it is that you have to be careful when loading the blade that you check the alignment, because the alignment isn't always perfect. It's not dead on the way that some of these high-end machined razors are today. This one, once you get it centered, it gives you a nice shape, but you do have to make sure and check the reveal and make sure that it is loaded properly. And it is a three-piece razor. Has these posts on both sides, which is reminiscent of the old type. And I will be using a brand new Razorock, which is usually my blade of choice. These, of course, are made in Russia. A fairly sharp, but extremely smooth, and a very inexpensive razor. So I just lay it down on this top cap, put the base plate on, then we will screw in the handle, and then as I tighten it down, I will check the reveal just to make sure that it's even on all sides, and that looks pretty good. So first time it lined up pretty well. And I'm just going to put this in the water here. I use a salsa bowl in my sink, because if anything bangs up against the plastic, it's not going to get hurt, rather than banging up against the basin of my sink. While I showered, I had my Omega Boar soaking. You have to soak any natural hair brushes. Boar, badger, horse, they need to be soaked for a minimum of 5 minutes or while you shower before you shave with it. Synthetic brushes don't need to be soaked because they don't actually absorb water. And keeping with the Italian theme of my Fatip and my Omega brush, I will be using Razorock Peppino, which is a green tobacco scent. So I'm just going to shake some of the water out of here, and I'm just going to load. So Razorock or Italian barber soaps are some of the best bargains in the business. You can go on Italian Barber's site, and there are some soaps that can be had for $2. None of their soaps are expensive. You can probably find these for $4, $5, $6. And where they may not have the post-shave feel of some of the other artisans, that have the high butter, or some of the bison tallow, or some of the newer soaps coming out. As long as you're using some sort of an aftershave product, you really don't need that from your soap, though it's nice to have. But I'll tell you, for $4 or $5 soap, these Razorock and Italian Barber soaps are great performers. So there was like a 20-second load, plenty of soap on there. And I wet the face, and I'm just going to go right into a face lather. Like I said, I've got 7 days growth here. So it's Peppino is the scent of green tobacco, but it's not tobacco smoke. And I get some citrus from it, definitely some florals. And you definitely need some more water, so I'm just going to dip the tips of the brush and get some more water on here. And now you can see that it's definitely working up a decent lather here. So while I like the Omega Boar brushes, I seem to gravitate more toward the Semogues. I'm not sure why that is. I tend to like less floppy brushes, brushes with some backbone to them. And I'll tell you, these Boar brushes, out of the package, they may be a little stiff and scritchy, which is something that I do not like. But the boar hair brushes will absolutely break in. The ends on the boar hairs themselves will split, and once they're broken in, which takes, it might take a dozen shaves, but once they are broken in, I find them to be as soft as any badger and approaching the synthetics. I mean, certainly they're not going to be as soft as the new generation of synthetics that have come out in the last couple of years, which are incredibly soft. The soft has a nice face feel, but it needs to, for my money, it definitely needs to have some backbone to go along with it. So, all right. So Chris Bailey has been on a hiatus, and every now and then you need to take a little step back, and you get burned out from doing these videos. And he was doing more than one a day, and I can see how that could definitely lead to burnout for him. So I'm just going to rinse my razor underneath the water and go right to it. Now the thing with these double-edged razors is no pressure. Now you saw that I had a full week's growth. So we'll see how it does after the first pass. The great thing about these double-edged razors is you fill up one side and you can just flip it over and go to the other side. And I'll tell you, these Razorock blades always feel smooth. It doesn't matter what razor I put them in. They just always have a smooth feeling. You just always feel safe with them. That's not to say that they won't cut you, because they absolutely will. But as long as you treat it with respect and realize that it can cut you, you just be careful with your movements. You don't want to have any side-to-side movement, and you want to make sure that you're just using the weight of the razor. And this has a substantial weight to it. That's a pretty small razor, but it has a good heft to it. So I'm applying zero pressure and just letting the weight of the razor do the work. Stretch the skin down here. stretch the skin. Skin stretching is really important when you're using a straight razor, but when using a DE, I find that under the neck it's really important because that's where your flabbiest skin would be. Particularly when you have a few extra chins like I do. You want to stretch the skin. So the first pass, you don't need it to be perfect. You just want to get rid of most of that growth. I'm just going to give it a little rinse here. See how it feels. And between passes, I don't completely rinse off that layer of soap. I want to get the hair off, but I want to leave some of that soap on because that soap is going to provide protection. So hopefully there should be plenty of soap left in the brush. And we're going to lather up for pass number 2. And you can see that soap is flying everywhere. Pass number 2, I don't need it to be as thick as pass 1. I just need the slickness of the soap. And while Razorock and Italian Barber aren't the slickest soaps on the market, they're slick enough. They get the job done. And you certainly can improve the variety of your den by using these products because you can buy 5 Razorock or Italian Barber soaps for the price of 1 or 2 of many other brands. So it is definitely a great bargain. And I said brush mistakenly, but absolutely their brushes are top-notch as well. So that's enough. The first pass was with the grain. We're going to go across grain for the second pass. And again, a very light touch with the Fatip, Testina Gentile. And my Italian is not very good, so. I got quite a bit of growth on my head as well, and my beautiful wife, Lynn, will take care of that for me in a little bit after I finish my face shave. When I do the mustache, I kind of puff it out like this. So I can get at it. Okay, and I've taken to going across grain on my neck too. I didn't used to do this, but I've added this to my repertoire for my second pass. Again, stretching the skin. I also find that if you swallow and hold it, you can do the Adam's apple area. It comes out much better. All right, 2 passes down. And I'm actually going to go back to the puck for my third pass here because there's a goodly amount of soap that was kind of sitting on the puck. You can actually just kind of put your fingers in there. No sense wasting it, and you can kind of use it. And this is a hard soap, not soft at all. So, rinse off my hands. Go ahead and lather that in. It smells nice. It has a nice, clean, fresh green tobacco scent. Very floral. And it certainly gets the job done. And like I said, Razorock Italian Barber is a good way to add variety to your shave repertoire without spending a lot of money. You know, they have things on sale all the time if you can get for a couple of bucks. You know, you're going to go ahead and spend 50 bucks on shave gear. Well, you can get a lot of bang for your buck with Italian Barber. Joe does a great job over there. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and do the pass number 3. I'm going to start underneath my neck and go against the grain. Stretching the skin again is pretty important. This feels really nice. Just want to send a little regards along to Chris Bailey. He is definitely somebody that I enjoy watching. He has very strong opinions on things. He doesn't shy away from being controversial. He is an extremely loyal man who is loyal to his friends and will definitely say what he thinks. I don't always agree with him. Of course, you don't always agree with anybody. But you know what? We don't all have to agree. I respect him, and I respect his opinions, although I don't mimic his opinions, and I don't agree with all his opinions, and who he chooses to use, and who he chooses not to use. But he doesn't come out and tell you, don't use this product, don't use this artisan. He tells you that I don't. He doesn't. And he gives his reasons for it. And you can either agree with it or not agree with it. But I respect that he does voice his opinions. And like I say, he goes through these periods where he puts out a voluminous amount of videos and then he'll shut down. And that's understandable. There is life outside of shaving. All right, third pass complete. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to rinse off. I'm just going to feel around, and I'm just going to take the soap from my brush, and I'm just going to put it in the places where I feel like I could use a little touch-up. I'm just going to go ahead and touch those areas up. All right, rinse off. And I'm going to say that this was a damn fine shave. BBS in some parts near my cheeks, DFS underneath here. You know, I hadn't shaved in a week. And you can't tell by looking at me now, it's pretty clean. I'm not going to put any aftershave on yet because my wife is going to shave my head. But once again, I just want to give a shout out to Chris Bailey, who was the previous owner of this Omega Boar brush, and the Fatip Testina Gentile. And today I used the Z-Pep. And I just want to thank you all for watching. It's been a while, and I'm looking forward to making more of these videos.